about to replace this ratty door trim. They come off super easy. It's a really easy fix. You may need to pull these off if you've got to replace these switches. I usually just replace the entire door card because they're cheap and easy to get. Now there's only 2 screws that hold this on. If you're lucky, you might still have this little cover that sits in there. We've got 1 screw sitting in there. The second screw is just hiding in underneath here. You're going to need some sort of a little pick just to get that little plastic trim piece out of the way. And there's the second screw hiding there. Also need just to remove this little triangular piece in here. You usually can just kind of grab it and just pop it out. If you're lucky, you don't break the clips. If you're unlucky, you might have to replace the clips. Now we'll just take this first screw out. Second screw. With those 2 screws now out, usually I find if I just hold the door frame and give it a good pull. This one's not being cooperative. So grab yourself a plastic trim removal tool. See if we can get in here. Once we've got a little bit off like that, it's really easy now once you can get your fingers underneath, just to give it a good pull. Now I've pulled from the bottom. At the top, it's just sitting in on a groove up here. So if we lean this forward, we can now kind of lift it up. Now we've got a couple of things we need to disconnect. Okay, now looking in between the door card and the door, just need to pop this plastic clip here, and then you can kind of stretch it out and pull it out. Then you can slide that ball out of there. So that's disconnected the door handle. Now we've still got 2 electrical connectors. The first one just has a squeeze point underneath the back of it there. Okay, this one here is a little bit more challenging because there's this blue locking tab. You just need to pop that down. Then you've got a squeeze point here. There that is there. There's the squeeze point and that little locking piece. With that, the door trim can now come away. Okay, so I've now got a replacement door trim to put on. Before you put it on, just make sure that all of these plastic clips are there and in place. So if you see that one there, it's snapped in half, so I want to replace that one. That one there is the same, so it's missing half of it. Just make sure if you're replacing these that you replace them with the same colour ones. They are a slightly different size. Who knows why they make different ones. Now look, I'm actually 1 blue clip short of where I need to be, so I am going to have to reuse one that's kind of only half as effective, but look, it's only 1 of them and I think we're going to be okay with that. Okay, so now we're just ready to plug things back in. Clip and that little locking tab. Clip. Now for the door latch cable, if we just locate the ball into there, you can kind of stretch it, go through the groove, clip that back. Okay, so with everything clipped back in, we need to slide the top in first. So where this door lock thing comes through, you want to line that up. Just make sure that's in its right spot. It just pushes up against the window frame. Slides down. Once that's done, and double check if you can, it's quite hard to see, but your little clips should all now line up. I'm going to run the screws back in. Little cover plate sits back in. Little rubberized sort of mat fits in there. a little triangle piece. Again, make sure the clips are still in good condition. Sit it in. Okay, and with that we're done. I will just double check all the buttons work, and they do. Hey, and now that's 1,000 times better than what we had before. Any comments, questions, concerns, write them down below and check out some other videos.